Hi, thanks for tuning into today's video. This is the final journal with me for December daily 2020. How crazy is that? It is New Year's Day today and I've just been catching up in my journal. I haven't really done a great deal this week. I don't know what's happened this week, so apologies for being a bit MIA. So firstly, I've done this little index. So this is like a summary. So I've got the calendar bit at the top and it's a summary of what is on every single page. So I've gone through and I've done the first is the first day of Advent, the second day is like writing letters to Santa, etc. And I've just gone through, so it's just an index of everything that's in the journal, which I thought would be a bit fun to add in the space. I was a bit curious. I was a bit kind of like undecided as to what I was going to add here, and then the idea of an index came to me about halfway through December daily. So obviously I couldn't do that during December daily because I wanted to do it all as one piece. And I actually had a tree clip with a white bell on it, on that page. I don't know what happened to it. I have no idea where it's gone. So I've just done another one. I got my pliers out, opened up the top of that tree and just added a little white bell. So as I said, I've prepped a lot of this prior to doing the actual journaling just to get it done. This week's always a bit of a flop, and obviously in 2020 it's been even more of a flop than usual, so I struggled a little bit just for inspiration of what to do this week, but I'm happy with how it's come together. So this journaling is about this memory that came up on Facebook. Now normally after Christmas we would all go up and see my extended family up north, but of course this year we couldn't do that. So when this memory came up, I thought it was fitting to do some journaling about togetherness and about being together and how being with other people and being together, especially at Christmas time, is really important. So it's just a little spiel about that and then a little bit about what the picture is. I did this little frame out of some red glitter cardstock. This is using the same cut file on my Cricut that I did the frame for my Christmas Day spread, where I put the screenshot of our phone in, because this is obviously a screenshot of my phone. I thought it was quite fitting. It looks more like an iPad because it's so wide, but it's just, I wanted the picture really to fill the page. So I just kind of stretched out the file on the Cricut software to make it fit, and I think it looks alright. So I'm just framing that, and obviously I'm going to have to trim around the edges. I thought I measured it really well to fit this picture really, really nicely, but I didn't, so I'm having to cut off the bottom, which doesn't really matter. So yeah, the journaling I did on the computer, and I did it on top of, I have some ledger paper, printables, so I just copied the ledger page of the paper onto a Word document and added a text box over the top so I could get my writing to be on top of the ledger paper, so I can print it off as one piece as opposed to cutting the text into strips. When there's a lot of journaling like this, when you've seen me do the text in strips, it takes forever, and as much as I like how it looks, to do this amount of journaling, yeah, I'm not really down for it. Cutting it all out and like sticking it all on, I end up in a gluey mess, and yeah, it's just not worth the hassle for this amount of writing. So I'm just going to add a couple bits of holly to embellish that, and then that will be that spread done. So these spreads are quite samey, and just very easy, straightforward spreads, but they do what they need to do. So to everyone who's new here, welcome to the channel. I'm very excited to get into some regular journaling and making some new journals. I've got one lined up that I'm going to make that I'm really excited to do. So yeah, if you are into junk journaling, which I imagine is why you're here, please hit the subscribe, because there'll definitely be more to come. I'm not just going to stop after December daily. So yeah, let's go into the new year doing some fun crafty stuff, eh? And I hope you all had a good new year. We didn't really do a great deal. The kids and I just watched some movies, FaceTimed my sister at midnight, pulled a party popper together and went to bed. It wasn't really, anything spectacular, but then some years, more often than not, we don't really do a great deal anyway. We're not really big partiers. We've done parties and things in the past. It's nice to go to a party, but I don't feel like I missed out on anything for not doing anything. So yeah, we literally saw midnight, went to bed. At my old house, it used to be nice on New Year because it was a 3-story house and we could see quite far, and we could see all the different houses letting off fireworks. So it'd be like some big firework display going on. So usually my daughter and I, my son would have been too young in the old house, and my daughter and I would stand at the bedroom window with the curtain behind, so it would be dark, and just watch all the fireworks going off. It'd go on for about half an hour. It's brilliant. But in this house, yeah, we couldn't do that. I could hear the fireworks, just couldn't see any. So you can see anyway on this spread, I've done the same thing again. I've done my text, and I stuck my number on, and the text I just did with the text box on Word. I outlined it in red and I layered this holly underneath the writing, kind of what I did on my Christmas Day spread. And I've cut out these letters. Now this is a font that I got from Font, I think, online. I don't remember what it's called, but it's like Christmas trees, and the letters are inside each tree. And you can't really see it very well on here looking at the screen, but it says tradition. It was meant to say traditions, plural, but the S didn't fit on. So it says tradition now. And I will go back in, not in this video, I've done it since this video, so you'll see it in the final flip through, and I've actually added little gold sparkly dots to the top of each tree. Just kind of look like the star on top of the tree, just because I've got them. I've done my writing here again. This actual printable is a page from a Narnia journal that I had when I was a kid, and I tore out one of the blank pages that were left and I scanned it in, and that's what this printable is. So I've used my typewriter on this one just to write about New Year and reflect on the year and the New Year, and just a few thoughts about the year. not in like much detail, but just, you know, let's have hope going forward kind of spiel. And I've just put that here, and you see there's 2 images. The top one is my daughter and I in our face masks with a Snapchat filter. I love a Snapchat filter at Christmas. And then the bottom one is my son. I was doing some like regular journaling. I have another journal which is just like a writing journal, which I just write everything in, you know, the good, the bad, the terrible. And it all goes in that book. So I was writing in there sort of my actual thoughts and reflections on 2020. So in the foreground you can see the big bar of dairy milk, and that's sitting on top of my journal, and you can see that I've stamped the date for New Year's Eve. And then my son is sitting on the puffy in front of me, and he's using the stamps as well, just stamping one of his little notebooks. So that's kind of what we did together, and then obviously my daughter and I did face masks together. So that's how we spent the evening. And that little snowflake is just a tag that I found on one of the presents. I just liked it, so it's there as kind of a bit of an embellishment. And I was going to add something to the whole, but I didn't in the end. I didn't want these sticking off the page, and you know, I just didn't end up adding anything. I added some washi tape around the photos in the end. I don't really actually like how it turned out, so I may go in and take all that off. But we'll see. We shall see. So yeah, if you've done a December daily, I don't really know how we can go about sharing these things unless you're on YouTube. If you're on YouTube and you've done a December daily, then leave a little hello down the bottom in the comments, and I'll go and check out the channels. There are a few channels that I've subscribed to from you leaving comments in the comments box, but I haven't actually gone and checked them out yet. I'll do a lot of my December daily watching now. We're in January now. I'm not doing my own, which sounds backwards because you'd think that I need to get the inspiration for my own December daily, which I do really, but it's having the time. Honestly, like the whole of December would just be about December daily if I was watching videos when I wasn't making videos. And yeah, so I will go through YouTube now and just enjoy looking at everyone else's December daily. So if you've done yours, or if you've just done a final flip through, then leave it down below. I'd love to check it out. So as I say, I've embellished this with some washi tape. I don't love it. I stuck that holly on there because holly just adds a little something. You can't go wrong with a bit of holly. Just adds a bit of shine and a bit of dimension on the page. And that is those spreads done. Now I do have this spread which I've added a picture into, and this one which you will see in the final flip through, because these are like additional pages, if you like. But I have completed the whole of my journal now, and I will be showing you. I'm going to film it in a moment. That will be up tomorrow. So if you want to check that out, keep your eyes peeled, and I will see you in that video, speak to you in that video, and then we can go forward and do some different kind of crafting, which should be a nice breath of fresh air, will it not? So take care. I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Bye for now.